For the second part of this video, we want to have a look at how we can change the Lego brick in order to actually change it into a plate or a tile style of Lego component by using variables. So the moment in our configurations, we know that we can change the size of our brick by looking at the table here. So we can change it from the list here, which is defined in that configuration table here under size. So we're looking at the number of columns, the number of rows, and the extrusion 3, which is the pipe inside here we've got. And then we've also got a linear pattern that we're suppressing here. Okay, so how do we actually then change the height of it? Well, we're going to add a new configuration input. So we click on that. So that adds an extra table at the bottom here. I'm going to call this type. Okay, so we've already got a size, now we've got a type. And the different types that we're looking at are block, which is the one we've already got set up. Okay, and then we're going to have plate. Okay, and the last one I'm going to put here is called tile. Okay. Okay, so then we need to think about the features that we're going to actually include in this. So I'm going to configure features, so click on that. So we need to decide what feature we're going to look at. Well, at the moment we've used our columns and our rows in the first part here, columns and rows. So the last variable that we could use is height. So I'm going to click on that. Okay. Actually, we need to configure there, and then click on height. There we are. Okay. And the value by default is 10, so we'll click on that, and then we'll click on done. Okay, so that gives us a column of height values against our parts here. Okay, so the block is already 10 mil. That's this one here. That's 10 mil extrusion. Okay, but the plate is going to be shorter. It's going to be a third of that value. So what we can do, we can click in here, put a backslash, and then divide by 3. So now we're dividing that by 3. Okay, press enter. And we can check this because we've now got a new definition here, configuration input here. And we can check that by clicking on plate and see what happens. Yes, there we have a plate. It's a third the size of the original extrusion. Let's have a look at our tile. So let's click on that one, and we'll put a backslash 3 space, enter. Okay, and again, if we click on here, tile, well, it won't be any different because there isn't any change. The difference with the tile is that it doesn't have these bits on the top here, so we need to find a way to suppress these top parts. So let's add some other features. Okay, so we need to look at what causes these to come up. Okay, well, that's done by an extrusion, this one here, so extrusion 2. So let's click on that. Okay, and we'll click on the suppressed button here. So that's added in as an extra column here. Okay, and click on done. So then now we can suppress that part. That disappears of our tile. Okay. Okay. But we've still got the fillet. The fillet is causing a problem here. So let's also add that one into our configuration table. So configure features, fillet. Yeah. Okay. Suppress that. Done. So now we get a list here, and we can take that one out from there. Yep. So that now is happier there. But we've still got our linear pattern because we've got a pattern that's appearing underneath here. So let's see if we can actually exclude that part as well when that happens. So when we're on a tile, we want to lose the linear pattern. Okay, now I think, have we already got that here? That's linear pattern 1. All right, so let's add that one in. So here, configure features, click on linear pattern 1, and we'll suppress that. Done. And that should actually be added on to our column parts here, so we can suppress that as well. And now that gets crossed off in our list. So let's have a look now at the plate on here. Okay. works out all right. We've got our parts here. And if we rotate our shape around, we should have there we are. Yeah, so that's correct there. And we would also have that on the tile part here. Yeah, that's correct. So now we have three types of tiles, of blocks here, block, plate and tile that work. And we have our different configurations of different types of blocks as well. We don't need to see this a sketch here. There's a sketch that we don't need to see, and then we can take out that sketch there. That's right. Okay. That should then hide that part. Good.